when you have MS, you have to be trained a certain way, you have to eat a certain way, you have to think a certain way. So there's a lot of programs out there, but they're not directed to people that have multiple sclerosis. They don't know how to get those muscles to work the way that the people at MS Workouts do. Their steady pace system is by far better than anything out there for someone that has MS, for safety, for efficiency, and for the results that you get.
And that's why it's so exciting to partner with MSWorkouts.com, is because now we're reaching people that are in their home. You know, the husband wrote to us a testimonial saying, "Thank you for giving me my wife back. She has more confidence, she has more self-esteem. To see her want to just get up and get dressed and go out on a date because she has more energy, that means the world."
It's the MS community fighting MS through fitness. And this is why I did this, because my wife woke me up and said, "Dave, let's help people." And you know, it's the most rewarding thing that I've ever done in my life, is trying to help as many people in this world that have MS have the benefits that I have by exercising. And it's so important that I reach as many people as possible to bring that message, to help them to exercise and to have the right mindset and to conquer this disease the best way that they possibly can and live a life that is vibrant, that's exciting to them, that they feel that they're accomplishing what their goals are, even though they have a disease that people have told them years ago, "You'll never be able to do this, this, or this because of it." Now they can, and the way to do that is through exercise.
Welcome to the last day of the MS Workout 7-Day Strength Camp. Congratulations on completing a week of strength training exercises, proper nutrition, and stretches, all aimed to help alleviate your MS symptoms. In return for your commitment and effort, we've put together all the exercises performed in the last 7 days in this class for you. That means you have access to an entire full body workout forever. Use it whenever or wherever you want. If you continue to perform these exercises 2 to 3 times a week with proper nutrition, you will absolutely strengthen your body. Coupling this full body workout sequence with your progress sheet means that you can monitor your progress and always aim to continue to get stronger. Focus on the nutrition that you've learned here and make sure you're getting active rest on your days off, and you will see improvements in your coordination, your balance, and your energy levels. This MS Workout 7-Day Strength Camp gave you a glimpse of what our regular clients enjoy every single week. In order to continue providing the stimulus that the body can't ignore, our clients have access to more than 100 different exercises. In addition to bodyweight exercises, we use a special band to provide the progressive resistance on exercises aimed at different parts of the body. It is fully adaptable to everyone. So if you have poor grip strength, it has loops that you can literally slide your hands through. Every week our clients receive a complete full body sequence, just like if they were going to see our trainers at Practical Fitness Studios. Additionally, we have dozens of symptom-specific exercises to complement your full body workout. On our site, you'll find exercises for foot drop, anterior pelvic tilt, weak core, weak grip, and so much more to come. When you become a client, we send you a free exercise multi-loop TheraBand so you can get started. As I've mentioned, it has loops that allow you to slide your hands through instead of having to grip it. And if you're in a wheelchair, we provide the carabiners that allow you to hook the bands to your wheelchair. Applying resistance bands to your workout is a game changer and opens up a much wider range of exercises that you can do to target muscle groups. as a client, you'll gain access to over 100 exercises, stretches, whole food recipes, and a weekly updated full body exercise class for wheelchair users and for those who stand or use a walker. We also have a special feature that allows you or your physical therapist to create your own exercise sequence. So if you have a very specific knowledge of exactly what you want to exercise, you can literally build and customize your own personalized routine from our exercise collection. Whether or not you're ready to become an MS client today or not, just keep exercising with these videos and progress sheet we provided in the Strength Camp. Please remember, exercise is like brushing your teeth. You cannot just do it 1 week and experience results for a lifetime, unfortunately. Don't give up now. Keep exercising, keep driving forward, keep overcoming the challenges so that you can keep getting stronger. Don't let your diagnosis prevent you from getting stronger and feeling empowered. Take the fight to the muscles because you can. We'll see you soon. We're going to execute a dynamic heel slide, which is going to actively work our hamstring as well as our thigh. Notice Miss Elizabeth has her shoe off, she has the sock. It's going to create a little bit less resistance to be able to move through the range of motion. I'm going to execute it with the shoe. Let me spit it out. It's just going to give me a little bit more resistance, a little bit tougher for the movement. You can make sure you're noting that in your progress journal so you know what you did during the set. All right, let's go ahead and scoot forward. We are using our left leg, so the right one's going to be bent at 90 degrees. Let's extend our leg all the way to full extension, ankles flexed.
Okay.
We're going 7 seconds each direction. A slow, deliberate movement. When you cannot continue with proper form, don't force it. Just write it down. Live to work another set. Jump back in and finish it with us. Ready to rock and roll?
Yes, sir.
Let's do it.
Yes,
all right. Initiate movement slowly. Bending that knee, bring that heel towards that chair for 3, 2, drag that heel, 1, now transition, head back out. Notice Miss Elizabeth and I paused to the turnaround, we didn't jerk back out, you're keeping it slow and muscle-led. Transition, dragging that heel back in. Now we're working the hamstring as you bring the heel underneath that body to the chair. Pause, back out. Now it's the quadricep as we extend. Squeeze the thigh, actively engage. We're looking to increase, transition, the mobility of our lower left limb. Here we go for 3, 2, bend the knee, 1, now back out, flex that thigh, breathe freely, sit tall, take what you can for 3, 2, 1 to full extension, now bend that knee, drag that heel, here we go, breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, 2 to full flexion, 1, pause, let it be muscle-led, head back out. If you feel any discomfort during this exercise other than muscle fatigue, disengage, make a notation, head back underneath, and focus on doing it safe and effective. As you come underneath, drag that heel to the chair for 2, 1, back out. Notice we're in the last 30 seconds of the set, looking to fully exhaust the muscles or get to the point where the muscles cannot continue with proper form. Back underneath, heading back towards that body, bending that knee, dragging that heel to the chair and taking what you can for 2, 1, last effort. Let's head back out. Think about sitting tall. Think about squeezing the thighs as you extend for 2, 1, and disengage. Relaxing completely. Yes, ma'am, right? No problem to do that, right? Because that burned. So make a notation in your journal. Make a notation in regards to if you wore a shoe or you didn't, whether you executed the entirety of the set or you didn't, and ways that you can continue to increase the difficulty of the set. We're going to execute a dynamic heel slide with our right leg, a unilateral exercise, which is going to exercise the hamstring and the quadricep. Now, this doesn't have to be pretty. We're going to take our best form, our best effort. I'm going to give you an example. We're going to start with a straight leg all the way out. Notice Miss Elizabeth is executing this without her shoe, with her sock. You can do this on a slick surface to make it easier, on a towel. You can actually do this laying down as well, but we're going to do it seated here today. In a second, Miss Elizabeth isn't going to do it yet. What we're going to both do, I have my shoe still on, which is just going to create resistance, is we're going to start to bring the heel in. You're going to literally bring the heel, try to come all the way to your chair. We'll pause and then head all the way out. We're going to go 7 seconds each direction. When you can't continue with proper form, you know you did it successfully. All right, here we go. Let's initiate movement. Slowly coming in, bending the knee, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Heel comes to that chair, 1. Now transition, head back out. Now we're working the thigh. Try to keep it as smooth as possible as you extend. 2, full extension and pause, straight leg. Now heading back in. Think about bending the knee. Drag the heel towards the chair, giving your best effort. 1 to the turnaround. Now back out. Let's extend, getting some functional ability and movement out of this lower body, specifically right side. 1 to the far turnaround. Now back in. Bending that knee, dragging that heel, trying to bring it all the way into that chair. 1, now back out. Now we're working quadriceps, so we're working thigh and hamstring or back of the leg. Working them both, really getting after this lower body here. Transition, back in. Great job, Miss Elizabeth. Dragging that heel in towards that chair for 2, 1. Now let's transition back out. Quadricep, extending, thinking about going to full extension, trying to stay on pace and tempo. 1 to full extension, now back in. We're in the last 30 seconds of the set. If at this point you are no longer able to continue with proper form because the muscles have given you all they have, we're heading back out, then you would notate that in your journal so we can be measured in regards to what your body is giving us each time. Heading back in, final effort, dragging that heel in, bending that knee, yes ma'am, give it best effort. All right, transition, final effort, heading back away from the chair, squeeze the thigh, extend the knee for 3, 2, full extension, and 1. Disengage and relax. Shake that booger out if you need to. Very nice job, Miss Elizabeth. Make any notation you need in that booklet that'll allow you to know what you did this time and how you can increase the difficulty and get more out of it next time. We're going to execute a steady pace metabolic trunk circle, working this core, not only the obliques, transverse abdominals, rectus abdominals as well. Let's get after that trunk strength. Let's scoot forward just a bit into the chair. 2 different ways we can take our arms across the body until we get used to and comfortable with the technique and form, or you can come back behind your head with your hands, making sure your posture is tall. I would suggest starting with hands across until you're able to execute the entirety of the set and increase the difficulty with the hands. All right, so this is a long range motion. Keep your eyes on me the entire time for prompts, cues, pace, tempo. We're looking to successfully exhaust the trunk in no longer than 130. All right, let's go ahead and get to the starting position. Posture the body up, hands across the chest or behind the head. Now, let's go ahead and slowly follow my lead. Clock is on, leaning forward, squeezing the abdominals. Now to our right, nice and slow, breathing freely, follow my lead. Now slowly heading back. As you come back, think about squeezing the abdominals, holy moly, feeling the abs. Now coming back forward. Now, eyes to me, follow my tempo, breathing freely, we're forward, back is flat. Pause at the front, now slowly head back across. In through the nose. Out to the mouth. Don't run off. If you find yourself faster than Miss Elizabeth or myself, slow it down. Catch back up with us. The entire time squeezing these abdominals back to the front. Now flatten your back out right here. Chest up, chest up. Slowly to the right, breathing freely. Notice I'm not collapsing my body at all during this set. I'm flattening out. We're at the back, pause. Now slowly come forward, keeping your eyes on me. breathing freely, leaning forward, keep the back flat and postured, squeezing the core, pause at the front, flatten the back, now slow to the right. Metabolic engagement here. If you start to lose form during the set, that just means you're successfully exhausted. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. You disengage, note the time so we can make sure we're marking in our trusty progress journal, and then you would jump back in and try to finish the set with us. Here we go. In that exhaust zone, we're at the back, pause. Now slow forward, flatten the back out, squeeze the abdominals, gauge that core, in through the nose, out to the mouth. Breathing freely back to the center. One more full time around. Slow and controlled. Flatten our back out. Squeeze that core. In through the nose. Out to the mouth. Coming forward for the final time, and we're all disengaging slowly. Now, good work right there, Miss Elizabeth, in regards to heading completely around, not getting too quick, following my tempo. Miss Elizabeth's going to go ahead and write a plus next to her progress journal on the trunk circles, and she's going to indicate she'll take her hands up behind her head next time to increase the difficulty just a little bit. All right, let's execute an exercise that's going to fight against foot drop. We're going to grab a band and or a towel. This is an exercise that can be executed whether you have a very strong lower limb and you can lift your foot and you just sometimes have issues with lifting that foot, or you cannot lift your foot at all, okay? This is an exercise that's going to allow us to get that neurological connection working between the muscles and your lower leg, your head, your brain, right? So let's go ahead, ankles underneath the knee. We're going to go eccentric in nature. So in a second, we're going to pull the toe up. Now, when I say pull the toe up, you're going to think about trying to lift with your foot. If you can't lift it with your foot, then use the band to help yourself pull all the way up. You're going to go to full flexion, which means bring the toe as high as you can. We're going to hold there for 5 seconds. We're going to lower for 10 seconds. When we get to the ground, we'll relax. Then we're going to reset to the top. Now, continue to focus on letting that foot and that anterior tib and that ankle work on its own. All right, all the way up. Squeeze and hold at the tip top. 5 seconds here for 4, 3, as high as you can. 2, if you have to lift, lift. 1, slowly lower. 10 seconds or slower. And it's important to go extremely slow on the way down to let those muscles work. As you go down for 3, 2, toe will hit the ground. 1, relax. Now bring it all the way back up. Yep, flex that ankle, toes as high as you can. And if you're feeling it work, you're going to feel the outside of the leg burn, engage. We're slowly lowering now. You will even feel the top of your foot. If you don't feel it, that's okay. Just like Becky's doing here for 3, 2 to the ground. 1, keep your eyes on that foot. So bring the toe up, keep your eyes on that foot, even if you can't feel it. Toes up as high as it can come. We're holding here for 2 more seconds. 1, now slow on the way down. Really exaggerate the pace because that allows the muscles to do the work, keep the momentum out. Here we go for 3, 2 to the ground. 1, we'll re-engage, bring it up. Good, Becky, I see you rocking. Bring that toe all the way up yourself. Squeeze and engage, flex. Try to go as high as you can with the toe. You should feel the burn in the outside of the leg. Now lowering, 10 seconds or slower. Keeping the momentum out allows us to be safe and effective. We want to be measured as well. For 2, 1, relax. Here we go. All the way up. Flex the ankles, squeeze at the top and breathe. For 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and 1. Now as slow as we can. Again, if you can, start to loosen and relax that band or that towel and let that muscle work as much as possible. If your leg is shaking, rattling, and rolling right now, that's okay. 1 at the turnaround, relax, come all the way up. We're in a controlled environment here. Last one right here. Breathing freely for 4, 3, toe high, 1. Now as slow as we can. 10 seconds or slower, last effort. Try to release and relax the band as much as possible. Let the muscles do the work for 2, 1, and relax. Woo. Take the foot forward, point that toe, stretch, point that toe away. You have lengthened the anterior tibialis and relaxing. So take what you can. If you can't lift your foot all the way, that's all right, use the band. But during the set, really focus on trying to use the band as little as possible to let those muscles do the work. Water, fan, keep it cool, make the progress journal notes, and get what you can for your body. Foot drop is something that a lot of individuals deal with. Foot drop has to do with the weakening of not only the neurological connection to the lower limb of your leg, but also the muscles start to atrophy around the area of the ankle. So what we're going to execute here today is an assisted dorsiflexion eccentric set with the right leg. So I'll explain all that here in a second. What it's going to do is it's going to help and assist not only the muscles engaging and firing, but the neurological system. For those of you, let me spit it out, that can't literally lift that foot up very well, even at all. So let's go ahead, Miss Becky, let's grab the band, or you can grab a towel, whatever you have. We're going to slide it underneath the foot. Now we want to sit forward so that our ankle is directly under our knee. We're going to, with the band, help our foot all the way up. So bring the toe up. If you can, do it yourself. Bring the toe all up as high as you can. Let's hold here for 5, 4, holding 3, should feel it flexing on the outside of the leg. Now slowly lower, 10 seconds, 9 to the ground, 8, 7, nice and slow, 6, 5, 4, breathing 3, 2, and 1. Now let's bring the toe back up. If you have to lift with the band and use that, you can. We're holding 3 more seconds and bring the toe as high as you can. Now slowly lower, 10 seconds or slower. Now by going slow on the way down, you're really forcing these muscles to do the work. By going quick, you don't let the muscles work as well. Momentum's engaged. Now back up, bring the toe up. If you have to use the band, use it. Squeeze, bring that toe up as high as you can. Flex the outside of that leg. Now slow on the way down. We're working your anterior tibialis as well as the muscles on the top of your foot here. As we come down slowly, 2 to the ground, 1 to the ground. Now reset, toe come up as high as you can. Hold for 5 seconds. Keep bringing that toe up. You should feel the muscles in the top of the feet and the outside of the leg engaging. Slowly lower. 10 seconds or slower here. And if it starts to shake, rattle, roll, or you're not even able to move the foot, that's okay. Make a note in your progress journal at what time that happens. Back up. And we will continue to focus on trying to get the most out of it as we go forward, right? Progressive overload. Now we're lowering. 10 seconds here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just looking to engage the body and take what we can, right? Control what you can control. For 2, 1, and relax. Right, one last time. Toe all the way up. Flex it. Keep it as high as you can. Try not to pull at the band as much as possible. Make the muscles do the work. Now slowly lower. 10 seconds or slower. Try not to let that band help too terribly much. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Nice work. Now, go ahead and make a notation in your book. If you had to use the band or the towel a whole lot, make a notation. You ideally want to get to the point to where you're not having to use that band as much. If you felt that you had to use the band or the towel on a specific rep, write that down too. That way you know when the muscles are fatiguing in the entirety of the set. So we can be very measured and progressive. You should again feel the burn on the outside of the actual anterior tibialis for the muscles, as well as the top of the foot. This will help with foot drop, so make sure you're doing it. Rock and roll. We're going to execute a steady pace metabolic static hold armchair push-up. Whether you have armrests on your chair or no armrest, we're going to use the wheels or the armrests. All right, let's make sure we scoot forward. We're going to straighten our legs, flex our ankles. This exercise is going to work your triceps, back of your arms, the anterior delts with the shoulders, and the chest, upper body in general. This is great for functional strength movement, getting in and out of the chair and allowing you to be confident in your strength and body. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to test this range of motion. We're going to press through hands at the top so that you're able to lift your rear end off the seat. Notice shoulders are depressed, slight bend in the elbows. All right, we will engage until we get to the point where we can no longer continue with proper form. All right, here we go. In 2 seconds, back is flat. 1, let's begin. Slowly press through, elevate up, drop the shoulders. One of the things Tino stresses in regards to this armchair push-up is make sure you're able to clear your bottom up off of the seat. You're not using your feet, we're letting the upper body engage. If you need to remove a cushion from underneath the actual seat in your chair, do so. Allow yourself the ability to extend that upper body and lift that body up off of this chair. Breathing freely, dropping the shoulders, keeping the slight bend. It protects the elbows. Look at you go, Miss Elizabeth. Actively engaging. In through the nose, out through the mouth. When you get to the point where you can no longer continue with proper form, that's a success. Don't force a set. Slowly lower the hips, note in your mind on the clock where you found the successful spot so we can then record at the end of the set. You'll shake out that burn, attempt to go back in to the proper form, disengaged. Good, Miss Elizabeth, making a note. Miss Elizabeth, did you make a note where you found that disengagement?
45.
Perfect, so she'll remember that. As soon as she can, she's gonna jump back in and attempt to continue to work through the set. If you need hand cushions underneath your hands during the set, do so. Plan for that before the exercise set. Drop the shoulders, slight bend. We're in that exhaust zone. Shake is natural. Now remember, make sure that fan is on us. Make sure you're not overheating. If you feel yourself getting dizzy, nauseated, overheated, disengage. Don't be stubborn. Come back when you're ready and feeling cool. All right, here we go. Drop shoulders, slight bend, take what we can. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Holy moly, I'm getting close.
Yeah.
Calming that mind. One, now all of us slowly disengaging. Excellent. Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and make sure we're grabbing that progress journal. We're going to write down where we found the disengagement. Notice Miss Elizabeth found the disengagement before the 60 seconds. That is perfectly okay. Her goal next time in regards to her progress is okay, not plus or minus. And go ahead and make a note, Miss Elizabeth, that you want to try to make sure you pass that 48 seconds you did last time. The most important thing is to give your best effort with proper form. Let's execute an exercise that's going to help combat foot drop. This is a beginner to intermediate exercise. You take what you can from your body with us. Make notes in your progress journal, and when you attack it the next time, we will see progress. All right, so we're going to go to heel-toe rock. I'm going to give a little demonstration and talk through first. We have a chair in front of us, but you can use a countertop, you can use your bedpost, you can use the bathroom counter, anything like that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go to heel-toe rock, eccentric set. So we're going to start in a second. You don't have to do this yet, Miss Becky. We're going to come all the way up to the tiptoes. We're going to hold for 5 seconds. We're going to lower for 10 seconds. Once our heels hit the ground at that 10-second mark, we're going to rock back to our heels, up to our toes, and then all the way back up. It'll be about 6 full repetitions. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Okay, so let's go to the tip top. Come all the way up. Yep, onto the toes, evenly to both feet, and we're holding. Let's go 4 more seconds, 3 more seconds, just as high as you can. Now slowly lower, 10 seconds or slower. Squeezing the abdominals, keeping the torso nice and postured and erect as you come down for 4, 3, heels are gonna hit the ground, 2, 1, rock back to the heels. There you go, Becky. Now to the toes, and then all the way up, extend the ankle. This is working not only the calves, but it's getting a good stretch as well. Slowly lower, so ankle extension, right? As well as getting a good stretch on the calf on the way down, working all the muscles in the front of the leg, the back of the leg, rock back to the toes. Now extend to the ceiling just as high as you can. Now if you can't even come up off the ground when you attempt to come up, that's perfectly fine, lowering slowly. You just attempt to pressure the toes and try to come up as high as you can. For 3, 2, 1, let's rock back, now to the toes. Now just press through the toes, engage, attempt to go as high as you can. You go as high as you can. 1, now slowly lower. Even again, if your heels are not coming off the ground, just firing those calves and those muscles that are allowing us to extend, that's going to help prompt the body in the direction you want it to be. Roll back, now to the toes. Good, Becky. Now extend all the way up, trying not to use the hands as much as possible. Now slowly lowering, 10 seconds or slower. Really focusing on this lower body engagement of not only flexion but extension of that ankle. For 3, 2, here it comes, 1, now rock back, pull the toes up. Now toes back down, all the way up, it's squeeze and hold right here. Last effort, here we go, as high as you can. Now slowly lower, 10 seconds or slower right here. Really focusing on going slow with the heel to the ground is going to allow us to lengthen and let the muscles work. For 2, 1, relax. You can actually bring those toes up, let it stretch a little bit, and done for. Make sure you got the cool environment. Make sure you got the water. Make sure you're making notes in your progress journal so that the next time we come against this exercise, we can make sure we're being measured, right? So, Miss Becky, any feedback? Did you feel any difference between your right and left foot?
My right has a little bit of a foot drop, so it's a little bit harder to lift them up.
Perfect, and she would make that notation, and that is why we were doing this exercise, to prompt a more pliable and strong nature to that right side. Hooah, rock and roll. Let's execute a steady pace dynamic hip bridge, isolating our posterior chain, hamstrings, glutes, and spinea erector. This is great for low back, lumbar health, stability, strength, and tighten and tone in that rear end. Let's go ahead and get into position. Miss Becky's going to lay flat. She can hit it with body weight to make sure her form gets down on point first. I'm going to slide my resistance band over my left foot. Notice the band is coming to the lateral side of my foot. I'm going to slide the band over the top of my legs, hips, coming across, and I'm going to anchor the band to my opposite foot from the lateral side. We are going to execute this set at a 7-7 tempo. I'm flattening the band as I lay down across my hips, my pelvis. Let's go ahead and elevate the hips into the air, squeeze the rear end, initiate movement down slowly for 7. 6. As you come down, take the rear end towards your heels. For 2, at the bottom, don't relax. Slowly head the other direction. Slow on the way up. Don't run off on us and go too quick. As you elevate to the top, 2, 1, squeeze the rear end, then back the other direction. Notice our knees are flared. We're staying through our heels the entire set. 1 to the bottom. Turn around. Now very slowly back the opposite direction. As you elevate, squeeze your rear end. Flare your knees. Elevate those hips. Feel a burn, then back the other direction. Even on the lowering, squeeze the rear end. Focus on actively engaging the entire set. Heading back up slowly, no more than 130 to successfully exhaust these muscles. If your hamstrings cramp, all you do is slowly lower the hips down, straighten the leg out, the hamstring will uncramp, note the time, jump back in without resistance, right? Take what you can. That is the goal, fully exhausting these muscles with integrity-based form. Here we go. We're getting ready to head into that exhaust range. Elevate and squeeze. We're there. Slow back down. Focus on pressing evenly through both of these heels the entire set. We want even engagement. Heading back up. Should be feeling a fatigue in the hamstrings, a burn in the rear end. Elevate those hips. Should also be feeling a little bit in the spinea erector or low back. If you feel low back pain, disengage. Don't be stubborn. 1 to the turnaround, heading back up for the final time, slow and controlled, squeezing the rear end, taking what we can, elevate to the top, now slowly coming all the way down to the ground. If you have the resistance band, make sure it's coming off slowly before we disengage. Grabbing that progress journal, go ahead and make notations. Miss Becky, did you execute the entirety of the 130? It looked like it. I would suggest writing in there that you add resistance, add a colored band next time so we can continue to progressively increase the difficulty set and get the most out of it. Let's take some time here to stretch out our left hamstring. Let's scoot to the edge of the seat, Miss Becky. Straighten your left leg all the way out. You want to flex the ankle, heel into the ground. Notice toe, knee facing up. Both hands on the right thigh. We know we're not focused on touching the toe. Let's take our chest down towards our thigh. Just want some flexion out of the torso. Clock is rolling. We're gonna go 30 seconds on. We'll ease out, 30 seconds on. Ease out, then 30 more seconds. Just relaxing, breathing, sinking down. Again, not worried about trying to touch the toe. Just taking the chest and the nose towards your knee. That's gonna give you more of a stretch in the back of that leg. Again, hamstring is the back of the leg. It attaches up high underneath that rear end of the glute and comes all the way down to the back of the knee. Into the nose, out to the mouth. You're gonna feel a stretch in your back as well here. 2 more seconds. 1. Now everyone's slowly easing out, sitting tall, taking the tension off. Let's go ahead and ease right back down and in. Great exercise that can be done at the desk, can be done after your exercise, really and truly anywhere. Find somewhere to take a seat, straightening the leg out, focusing on the form, not forcing it, just getting a very comfortable stretch. Believe it or not, the hamstrings and the glutes are a culprit to a tight back. A lot of times people don't realize it, but stretching a tight hamstring and glute a lot of times will alleviate the stress and the tension into the lumbar. All right, sitting tall, disengage. Last time, right back in. Thinking about taking that chest down to the thigh. Notice each time we disengage and then head back into the stretch, you may even be able to get down deeper and deeper. That's perfectly fine, okay? You just continue to take as much of a stretch as you can. Breathing, relaxing. Shouldn't feel any pain whatsoever in any of the joints, just a comfortable stretch. All right, 6 more seconds here. Just relaxing and breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth, comfortable stretch, disengaging, slowly sitting nice and tall. A comfortable lengthening of these hamstrings and that posterior chain leads to a pliable posterior chain and stress off that low back. Let's take some time here to stretch out our right hamstring. We're gonna sit towards the front of the chair. Let's go ahead and straighten our right leg all the way out, posture the body. Notice our toe, knee facing the ceiling. We're gonna go both palms on our right leg. Let's slowly slide the torso down towards the thigh. No need to really reach and stretch down to your toe. That's not what we're looking to do. Clock is rolling. We're going 30 seconds on. We'll disengage, 30 seconds back on, disengage, then one more 30 seconds. In a hamstring stretch, what you're really looking to do is take your torso down to your thigh. This whole reach and touch your toe thing, don't worry about that, right? All that's gonna do is make you shrug your shoulders, and it has nothing to do with actually getting some flexion out of the hip and stretching this hamstring. So think about just taking your face down towards your knee. Breathing freely, feeling a deep, good stretch. 3 more seconds, and everyone slowly easing out, sitting tall, bend the knee if you need to, taking some pressure off. Let's go ahead and sit tall. Take your chest, torso, nose down towards your knee. Breathing freely, keeping the leg straight, ankle flexed, only far enough down to feel a comfortable stretch. You should not feel discomfort here. What we like to say sometimes, even in the studio or in the PT office, is a comfortably uncomfortable stretch. Breathing freely, in through the nose, out through the mouth, keeping that ankle flexed. 2 seconds, slowly easing all the way out, sitting tall. 1 more time, leaning all the way down. Breathe all the way to the lungs, lengthening this posterior chain back out. Very important to stretch, right? Not only after exercise, but on a daily basis to keep that spasticity at bay or completely away. Also allows a pliable nature of the muscles so that the joints don't get too much tension into them. You stay healthy, strong, injury resistant. All right, 5 more seconds. Just relaxing, breathing, good stretch. Let's all slowly ease all the way out, taking the tension off that hamstring. Keeping that leg straight, again, taking the torso to the thigh. Don't worry about reaching down and forcefully trying to touch those toes. Let's execute a piriformis stretch on our left leg. Great for, you got it, the piriformis as well as the glute and the hip, lengthening things out, keeping ourselves away from spasticity in the muscle. Let's take our left leg across our right leg, scoot forward, sit tall. Notice again, Miss Becky and my ankle are on the outside of the leg. It's not here, that's tough on the joint. We're gonna sit tall, our butt's back. We're gonna lean into our left leg. Our left hand's gonna come to the front of the knee. We're gonna add pressure. Just enough pressure to feel that piriformis, the hip, good stretch. We're going 30 seconds on, then we'll disengage. All right, here we go. Pressure, clock is rolling. Again, gonna go 30 seconds on. We'll slowly ease out, relax. We'll give 30 more seconds of a stretch. We'll slowly ease out, and then we'll finish with another 30 seconds. Total of 1:30. Just breathing, relaxing, making sure you're relaxing your shoulders, calming your mind, leaning into it. You shouldn't feel pain in your low back. You should just feel a stretch into the hip. Sitting tall. If you need more of a stretch, you can really lean forward into it. Take as much as you can, right? Lengthening these glutes out. All right, sitting tall, relaxing, taking the tension off. Sitting back tall, leaning to the left side, rocking with that stretch again. Becky, what exercises are this stretch particularly good to execute after?
Jeff, I'm glad you asked. This is good to exercise after the donkey kick.
There you go.
Any kind of glute exercises?
Yes, ma'am. I like hearing that. Picking up on when to execute these stretches. So those kickbacks, any type of glute work.
Especially the day after.
Yes, ma'am. Heart slowly easing out. And the reason being the day after, because we may be tight, sit tall, back to left. We may be sore. And that is just the muscle adapting to the exercise. So you do want to lengthen things back out the day after, get blood flow back to the area, and again, keep that body away from that spasticity. Sitting tall, we all deal with spasticity, some with at greater than others, but it's important to make sure you're combating that with good, comfortable stretches. 2 more seconds here. Leaning in, whew, slowly easing off. Good deep stretch into that left side, that piriformis, that glute, that hip. Executing it not only after the exercises, but as Miss Becky said, the day after or during the week at any time. Let's take some time to execute a piriformis stretch on the right leg. Let's scoot toward the front of the chair. We're gonna cross our right leg across our left leg. Make sure the ankle's on the outside of the leg, the knee, not here. That's tough on the ankle. You wanna take the joint on the opposite side. You wanna sit tall, butts back. We're gonna lean towards the right leg. You're also gonna put your right hand on the knee and slightly give pressure away. This is gonna stretch your, again, piriformis, your glute, your hip. This actual stretch will decrease the symptoms of sciatica. Also, if you have tight glutes into that low back, great exercise, or not exercise, stretch rather, to execute on a daily basis. All right, let's sit tall. Clock is on. We're gonna execute for 30 seconds on. We'll take the tension off. We'll go 30 seconds back on. We'll take the tension off, and we'll go for a final 30 seconds on. A good deep stretch. Sitting tall. Anybody who sits on a daily basis, which is quite a few of us for an extended period of time, this is a great exercise to make sure your posterior chain, your low back, your hips stay pliable. Most of us deal with some type or form or amount of spasticity, so it's very important to make sure you're lengthening these muscles on a daily basis to make sure we stay healthy. Slowly ease out, relax, sitting back tall. Let's go ahead and lean into it, put pressure down. It's tightness through our muscles that add tension, unnecessary tension, to our joints. A lot of times that's what leads to imbalances, so it's important to make sure our soft tissue stays lengthened, and the way that we do that is through regularly stretching. It's very important to make sure to execute these stretches, particularly the piriformis stretch, after our kickbacks, our glute work, our hamstring work, not only directly after the exercise, everyone ease out, relax, right back in for the final time, but also the days succeeding the exercise. You will have some tenderness, tightness, soreness, because that's what progressive exercise, that's result-based, is all about. So using these stretches not only after the exercise, but during the week, very, very positive and good thing to do. Sitting nice and tall, leaning in, breathing freely, relaxing your shoulders, pressing through, lengthening out. Let's go 2 more seconds. Good form, Becky. Slowly easing all the way out, sitting tall, taking the tension off. Again, piriformis stretch, ankles over the leg, execute it when you need a stretch out of that hip. Hi, welcome to MS Workouts 7-Day Strength Cramp. My name is Cramp. This is our proprietary clock system, and it will help guide your pace so that you... Yeah! Our body has a... so that you don't move too fast. Bah! Welcome to your second day of the MS Workouts 7-Day Reset. Welcome back for your first... This is gonna help you... No, that was kind of weird. In order to grow your strength. We'll get more into this at a later class. One more time?
Yeah.
Wait a second. You are literally building your roadmap, at the end of the day. Now that we provided it, didn't feel right. To growing muscular. But what you may not know is just how vital it is to actually. Most of you already know that nutrition is a key. Yeah.
No?
Will inspire some in return for your commitment and effort. We've put together. We also have a special
Workouts is the closest thing to having a personal trainer in the comfort of your home. It uses a strength training method we've called Steady Pace. We've used it in our practical fitness studios since 2008, and it's brought real life-changing results to thousands of individuals. The Steady Pace technique is a slow-motion, high-intensity, low-impact movement that's safe on your joints and delivers a powerful neuromuscular engagement of the targeted muscles. The method is as safe as strength training gets because there's no momentum or jerky movements involved. The exercises are 100% muscle-led. We aim to progressively overload the muscles, delivering a stimulus that the body cannot ignore. By continuing to challenge yourself in our exercises, your body will prompt strength growth in a progressive manner. Our mission is for you to increase mobility, improve balance, fight fatigue, and build strength.
I had really terrible foot drop. And one of the biggest problems with all of us with foot drop is tripping and injuring ourselves. And I was constantly catching my left foot on a carpet or walking and just tripping. What I did is I exercised specifically for foot drop. And I did certain things that will enable me to strengthen the foot and the shin going down and all of the nerves and the tendons around the foot. Now I don't trip anymore. I'm able to lift my foot higher than I was before, even though I have foot drop.
I used to do yoga all the time, and one of the reasons that I knew something was wrong with me was because I couldn't balance anymore. I kept falling over like every time I did yoga, and it was really horrible. And so, but now I can do the yoga and I can hold the lunge because I've been working these muscles so much that they can hold me up now. It's been a gradual building up of stamina.
When people first use our slow-motion Steady Pace technique, they're surprised by the way it feels. Some say it feels like a strange hybrid between yoga and weightlifting. Like it's almost meditative while at the same time intense and producing a deep burn in the targeted muscles. Unlike typical exercise where the movement's fast and momentum-led, MS Workouts is a slow and controlled time-based system. During the workout, you'll be guided by our instructors as well as our graphics, which keep you measured so that you can focus on having proper form and challenge it yourself. We use CLX multi-loop TheraBands for resistance during the exercises. It's a versatile band that allows you to slide your hands and feet through the loops instead of having to rely on your grip or foot strength, which may or may not be impeded. MS Workouts is designed to get you stronger and stronger as time goes on. By utilizing the graphics and the time in the exercise at which you found full exhaustion of the targeted muscle, you can determine when it's time to upgrade to a higher resistance. You'll be consistently given room to grow and challenge your limits in a safe and effective manner. The way you monitor your strength growth is by recording your results. When you subscribe, you'll receive a free progress journal that will allow you to keep track of where your muscular limits and boundaries are for each and every exercise. You'll know what time to beat the next time you attempt that exercise. It's all about measured results. If you can measure it, you can control it. MS Workouts gives you access to over 100 exercises through our classes and exercise series. We recommend that you perform the standing or wheelchair exercise class 2 to 3 times a week, with at least 1 day of rest in between. Each exercise class is 20 to 30 minutes long and updated every Monday. That means you only need to exercise about 1 hour a week. Just 1 hour. This goes well with multiple sclerosis because since there are going to be good days and bad days, you can rest on your bad days, but then take advantage of your good days and work out. As long as you can dedicate 1 hour of your week to challenging your muscles through MS Workouts, you'll see the results, and they'll come sooner than you think. Our online support team is always available to answer your questions. Whether you need help understanding the website or performing a particular exercise, our support team is here to help you get the most out of your exercise experience. Don't let your diagnosis make you think you cannot exercise. It just means you need to get clever about your approach to exercise. Let us guide you on this journey, as we have guided thousands of others. We're here to motivate you, to keep you going, to educate you on proper exercise, and to keep you safe every step of the way. There's a reason MS Workouts is being used by patients and clinics across the country, and you'll discover that reason when you begin to see the first results from exercise. You'll begin to understand that you have the power to change your body, to gain control of aspects in your life that you thought were lost forever. Don't let MS keep you down. It's time to fight back. It's time to take the fight to the muscles. This is only the beginning. There is so much to gain and achieve. We'll see you soon.